champions from nations both east and west. Skating is their sport, their art, and their passion. And they have come to compete with the best. Tonight, the world champions of ice dancing from Italy show us their Olympic stuff. Shen and Zhao of China will wow us with their high-flying pairs act, as they do battle with America's top team, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman. We'll provide you with ringside seats as we get up close and personal here on Lifetime. Everyone. We hope the turkey is delicious and that your families are healthy. We invite you to join us at the start of this holiday season for Lifetime's continuing coverage of the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. We find ourselves a long way from home tonight in northwestern Germany, the town of Gelsenkirchen, site of Nations Cup.
Hello everybody, I'm Kathleen Murphy. Now this is one of the more interesting venues on the Grand Prix circuit. Stay with me, this is a skating show. You can start your day right here in the pool, complete with waves, as you can see, and then you walk down this hallway, through this door. You show the nice security guard your credential, Dankeschön, and right into the arena, where the water is kind of in a different form. And some of the best skaters in the world are working hard to get themselves one step closer to Olympic glory.
Tonight, we decide the gold medals in ice dancing and pairs. We're going to see the new world champions debut their Olympic dance. We're going to see a pair from China try to do something that's never been done in the sport. A throw quadruple jump, 1,440 degrees of revolution for Xue Shen. And we'll have our eyes on the U.S. national champions, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman, making their case to be included as favorites for an Olympic medal. You never know what you're going to find pair skaters doing. But whatever it is, you'll find them doing it together. Tonight, the reigning world bronze medalists start their season with a challenge from this American champion and these former world champions. And it all begins with a grueling short program, 2 minutes, 40 seconds in length, 8 mandatory elements. Xue Shen and Hangbo Zhao open with a throw triple loop. And it's perfect. In their next program, we may see the first ever pairs quadruple throw. Second element, the biggest risk for most pairs, side-by-side triple jumps. Usually solid for this pair, but Zhao fell in practice a month ago, couldn't jump for 2 weeks, and has struggled since. A mandatory deduction. Third element, it's called a lasso lift. The difficulty here is the forward takeoff. Footwork section, speed, precision, and difficulty the keys. Into a death spiral. Sixth element, side-by-side spins. Perfect synchronization, the key element. And they lose it a bit at the end. Seventh element, split double twist, 2 revolutions in the air. And then the pairs spin to round out the program. The first of the year for one of the gold medal contenders this Olympic season. And the judges reward it with marks from 5.4 to 5.8 on a 6-point scale. The American champions, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman, have been working without their main coach, the legendary Tamara Moskvina.
Definitely feel the void of Tamara not being around. As much as we don't like working with her because she's such a perfectionist, we really, really need her, and we love her input, and she's one of the greatest coaches.
Tamara's husband, Igor Moskvin, has been their guide since Tamara began spending most of her time back in Russia. And the on-ice performance hasn't suffered. They won the silver medal last month at Skate America, but that field wasn't as deep as this one. A silver medal here would be a major step up. The music, Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. And now, Ina and Zimmerman begin the gauntlet of the short program. Side triple toe loop trips up a second man. Next risk, throw triple loop. Watch her come back through his legs in the inventive choreography of ice dancer Alexander Julin. What Kyoko calls the technical package is now done, and this is her favorite part of the program, fun dance moves to the very end. The judges are unanimous. The Americans are second right now behind the Chinese.
Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman.
One more contender left, the former world champions from Russia.
You've got a very difficult, physical, long program coming up. What's the plan?
The plan is just to skate like we always do in practice, and hopefully everything will go well for us.
Well, do you have a sense that the door's open just a little bit for you two, that maybe things could go a little bit better for you here than you expected?
Well, I think so. I think this year is a good year for Kyokomi. The marks show that they want to keep us there, I think, and we just need to help them out a little bit more and land the jumps. But you know, I think we are developing well this year, and I think it could be a good year for us.
2 years ago, Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov were at the top of the pair's mountain. They won 3 Grand Prix events and their first ever world championship. But Maria battled an ankle injury all last season, and 3 teams went flying past them in the world standings. Now they're trying to regain their position, and this is their first event of the new season. Once again, the side-by-side jumps. Once again, a mistake by the man, and another deduction. Is Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker. Tikhonov told us that while doing these difficult elements, they're also telling a love story. Your own, we asked. He smiled and said, I like Maria very much, and she likes me. And the rest of his smile said, well, we'll just leave it at that for now. Spiral. Into the final element, the pair spin. And 5 out of 7 judges said this performance was better than Ina and Zimmerman's. Good enough for second place. The men struggled. Tikhonov, 2 feet and 1 hand down on the triple jump. Hangbo Zhao, hand down, and the rest of him followed. John Zimmerman, same story.
All the men missed on the yes. Today is everybody's not against today.
It's heaven. I didn't realize until I was on the ice that I had fallen, so I gotta go back and figure it out, you know.
From the Chinese point of view, it was all quite simple.
The triple toe, the boy fall down.
Standings after the short program. Shen and Zhao first, Petrova and Tikhonov second, Ina and Zimmerman third. Peter Carruthers and Susie Wynn join me for the free skate, which will decide the gold medal, coming up next at Nations Cup, right here on Lifetime Sports. competition days start very early. Morning practice before you're quite awake. Before your body's quite ready to do this, or this, or this. Before you're quite ready to test your best moves on the ice. Before you're quite ready to compete for the gold medal. But that's how you get here. That's how you get ready for the pairs free skate tonight.
Welcome once again, everyone, to Lifetime Sports coverage of the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. I'm Kathleen Murphy, and I am joined tonight by Olympic pairs medalist Peter Carruthers and U.S. ice dance champion Susie Wynn. Peter, there's been an awful lot of talk about the Chinese pair Shen and Zhao trying the quad throw tonight. You think we're going to see it?
Well, I do think we're going to see it because the Chinese never hold back. In my opinion, this is the most athletic pair team that has ever hit the ice in the sport of pairs figure skating. And if they do hit that throw quadruple Salchow, they're going to skate away with more than a gold medal, Susie. I think that they're going to go right into the history books because nobody has ever done this move. It is just spectacular.
It is. That's so true. But if they stumble, that leaves the door open for the Americans. Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman don't want to come in any lower than third here. And if they can beat the Chinese and the Russians, Petrova and Tikhonov, boy, that would do wonders to their confidence going into the Olympic Games.
As you check the standings entering the free skate, you need to know that tonight's program is worth 2/3 of the final score. So whichever of these teams wins the night will also win the gold. First on the ice, in what has been a great season for Canadian pairs, Valérie Sorette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau. We've already seen their teammates Jamie Salé and David Pelletier win 2 gold medals this season. Another team took a bronze at Skate Canada. They try to move up tonight at Nations Cup, 5th after the short program.
Side-by-side triple toe loops. In pair skating, more often than not, the pairs like to get the side-by-side triples out of the way because of the demand it takes to have good single skills.
Very strong throw double axel. They're a rather tall couple. She's 5'5", he is 6'1". Very nice stretch position. This pair sit spin.
On the side-by-side double axels. In pair skating, it is desirable to have a difference in height, sometimes up to a foot in between the man and the woman, because then the skills are easier for the man to lift the lady over his head and basically throw her around. And when you're closer to the same height, it becomes very difficult.
It's hard to get underneath. They set that throw triple Sacco very close to the wall, so it didn't really have a chance to grow and expand. This music, Allegretto, was really Shannon Zhao's signature piece last year. It's hard when you use someone else's signature music. There's a lot of pressure.
The end of the program, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. In, back press.
Surette and Jean-Sébastien Fecteau from Montreal.
Valérie Surette and Jean-Sébastien
We'll check their marks and then see the top teams skate for gold, silver, and bronze when we return to the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating right here on Lifetime Sports. Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman looking a bit nervous before they skate. Shui Zhen backstage. And those nervous feet belong to her partner, Hangbo Zhao. There will be skates on those feet and a gold medal on the line in about 15 minutes. But on the ice right now, in second place, entering the free skate, the 2000 world champions from Russia, Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov. By the way, scores for the Canadian team of Surette and Fecteau were mostly in the 5-0 to 5-3 range. As we turn things back over to our team of Peter Carruthers and Susie Wynn.
This is the element that gave them a hard time. In the short program, the side-by-side triple toe loops seem to have gotten it together.
Staying settled with the nerves, not playing with the timing, and that is what's so important for a pair team to do. Now, this will be a forward takeoff. This is the double axel. And again, very steady. The pacing is good here. It's important on this move, the split triple twist, that there's a good catch on the end of the lift. Good run out. Alexei Tikhonov said that after winning the 2000 World Championships, he feels that they stayed at the same level while their competitors made big leaps forward, and that is why they have moved down in the standings, 4th at last year's World Championship.
And Maria's been battling an ankle injury, and that certainly plays on your confidence, holds back the training. You're not able to get as much work in a day's routine.
Triple toe loop. One thing they do well is they don't fool with their timing when they're under pressure in performance right here. And that allows her to have the good landings on the throws. Star lift. He'll go into a spread eagle, supporting her with both of his ankles turned out. Hard to do. Better than seeing your competition. Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikrelitsa have moved back to St. Petersburg from Hackensack, New Jersey. And so the two teams now train together, Petrova and Tikhonov and Berezhnaya and Sikrelitsa, and it really helps elevate the level of competition.
Is right back on track. This is nice to see. Like you said, the tempo of their program was very secure.
You know, they didn't knock the walls down, but they skated within their limits. It was very controlled and precise. Not really any mistakes.
That's what they were like 2 years ago, just very methodical. They usually don't break out of orbit with their performance, but this is a great starting point for them.
Here are the side-by-side triple toe loops. Look how close together they are. That's very good, and they have a clean landing right there. Great way to start the program.
And one of the strong elements, the split triple twist. A great split, nice catch. That's what they're looking for.
And this is the throw triple Salchow. The key to this is a very strong back. Notice how she stays upright, very solid. A lot of strength required.
5.7.
Here are the technical merit marks, 5.5 through 5.7.
Well, I like that 5.7. This was a very consistent performance.
Second mark for presentation.
And the presentation marks, 5.6 through 5.8. 6.0 is a perfect mark. There are only 2/10 off that.
Lots of room.
Coming up, the American champions, Ina and Zimmerman, when we return.
Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay with us all season for the best in figure skating on Lifetime Sports. 1 week from tomorrow night, we'll be in Paris for Trophy La Ligue. The City of Lights is the setting as we decide 2 new gold medals in pairs and ice dancing. Then we're on to the beautiful city of St. Petersburg for the Cup of Russia, December 7th. And our season concludes in Kumamoto, Japan, the NHK Trophy, December 14th. All times 6 Eastern. The ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating on Lifetime Sports. Now, getting ready for their free skate tonight at Nations Cup, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman, the American champions. How important is communication on the ice?
Well, if it's a great program, we just smile a lot at each other. If it's a bad program, we smile a lot at each other too.
I think when we smile a lot during a bad program, there's a lot of talking through the teeth.
There is, usually.
There's stronger handhold grips when one feels a little uneasy, just to sort of reassure the partner, saying, it's okay, you know, just keep going. You don't really talk because talking through a program takes energy, and you really want to conserve that.
Nächstes Paar, next to skate from the USA, Kyoko Ina
Kyoko told
and
us
John
that this
Zimmerman.
is the most physical program that the team has ever done. They're in third place after the short program. And again, if they can win the free skate, they will take home their first ever gold medal in a Grand Prix event. The music is variations on a theme of Paganini by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Let's go back to Peter Carruthers and Susie Wynn.
Although they're skating to the same music that they're skated to last year, they've really re-choreographed this program, making it more difficult.
The biggest difference I see with this team this season is they have worked on their unison, and that is so key to a good pair in pair skating. Side-by-side triple toe loops, and they nail them. Beautiful back-to-back sequence of jumps that really gets the judges' attention.
Second set of double axels. A great start. They certainly look on tonight.
You know, if they can keep this pace up through the program, this really puts them into a new class this season. They had a little trouble with this throw triple loop this morning in practice, and there she's leaning forward a little bit.
But she hung on.
Is everything in pair skating, and this is a very unique lift. This is their signature lift. It's called the candle lift. Now watch him go into a spread eagle. Very dangerous, for if he were to let her go at this point, she'd go right to the ice on her head. Perfect balance and a nice dismount. Good landing on the throw triple southbound, and they execute that nicely. really need to keep their stamina up at this point, for it's the end of the program, and this is where the judges measure what kind of condition you're in.
And this is really the best condition I've seen them in. Great, fun, fast footwork. Their final pair spin. Nice, sharp speed. Secure transitions. This is the performance they've been waiting for.
Well, this is the performance that they have worked so hard to get. They've really improved some of the basic fundamentals of their skating that now makes them a world-class pair team. A quantum leap for them this season. Second at Skate America, and a very strong performance in the free program here at Nations Cup.
They told us at Skate America that they rededicated themselves to their sport this year, putting everything else aside just to concentrate on making it to the Olympics and skating their best. And it is there. It's worked for them.
Hard work paying off. These side-by-side triple toe loops, no problem. John fell in the short program, but they were very confident here. This is a very nice split triple twist lift because of the exit. They get good height, but watch how much speed they have coming out. Very little collision and nice extension. Their single skills have really improved this season. Side-by-side double axles, no problem. And I'm impressed by their unison. Rotation that's right together on these double toe loops. The only part of the program that presented a little bit of a challenge was this throw triple loop. Almost puts the hand down, but she doesn't. They really fought through this performance. Very nice. So here are the first set of marks for Ina and Zimmerman.
5-6, 5-4.
These are some strong marks. It would be nice if they could really push the Russians.
Second mark.
Presentation marks 5-7 through 5-9.
The Ukrainian judge 5.9.
They are in first place. They have overtaken the Russians, a 4-3 split. One team to skate when we return, the Chinese.
Leaders in the pairs competition at Nations Cup, Americans Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman. And they have stayed in the kiss and cry area to watch the one team yet to skate, the favorites, three-time world medalists from China, Xue Shen and Hangbo Zhao. China is a place of mystery whose way of life is very foreign to much of the Western world. Its people, culture, and customs are as unfamiliar to us as today's popular culture is to them. All of which may be part of the dilemma for this country's top pairs team. Considered by many to be technically the best pairs team in the world, Xue Shen and Hangbo Zhao of China have been flying high the last few seasons, yet they have consistently come up short when it came to presentation. Frustrated by scores that reflected a lack of emotion and artistic expression, the team settled for silver and bronze at the last 3 World Championships. Finally, they decided it was time for an artistic overhaul, and they sought help from one of the United States' most respected choreographers, Leanne Miller.
We need a cute hop.
Damn it.
One of the hardest things to teach is the artistic mark, the style mark. I mean, this is something that takes years and years to develop. And I was really a little hesitant about the expectation that they would have from me. But once I realized how open and excited they were and how much they wanted to try to change this mark, I felt like I had to give it my best shot.
Happy to be here.
They were a little bit isolated in Beijing and not being exposed to some of the things their competitors were able to have. I wanted to be able to help them and expose them to everything from makeup design, costume design, music choices, and broaden their horizon too with what they can do.
So fun, it's like having a daughter.
But working with the young team has had its obstacles, language being one. Leanne has given the team nicknames, Jasmine for her and Dragon for him.
The language barrier definitely made the process slower. You know, we had to always go through an interpreter, and there's a point where it wasn't like, I don't want you to do it like me, I want you to do it sort of how I'm thinking. So that's when it got tricky.
No language, it doesn't matter. This is, yeah, exactly, the music of ours.
Leanne believes she has been able to communicate with the team's soul and emotion, and believes people will see a noticeable improvement in their expression artistically.
One of the things I really wanted to do with Jasmine especially was really reach her soul, how to make her express herself and feel confident about herself artistically.
Yeah, and then
They have confidence that they can strongly get through a program. But I'm not so sure they understood what it would take to really let their guard down. I think they truly care for each other. They enjoy skating together. And boy, if that can radiate even just a little bit in their performance so the audience understands who these people are, it'll help.
Letztes Paar, last to skate from China, Xu Shen and Hongbo Zhao.
They were supposed to compete last week in Canada, but dropped out due to injury, a sore ankle for her, recovering from a practice fall for him. So this is their first Olympic-style competition of the season, and we may see history, a throw quadruple salchow, which they have practiced, but which no one has ever done in competition. Back to Peter and Susie.
The throw quadruple salchow. It will be the second element in this program.
The first minute and a half of this program is so ambitious. They open with side-by-side double axels. No problem there. And then step into side-by-side triple toe loops.
Boy, their timing's right on. Possibly the throw quadruple salchow. And she opted for the throw triple. Ooh, he had his foot kick forward on the takeoff of that, almost slipping backwards. Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman have overtaken the Russians Petrova and Tikhonov. They're in first place thus far.
Their connective movement is wonderful. These spread eagles, stepping into double axels and then back into spread eagle. They're paying attention to the details of their choreography. unbelievable. They get more height, more distance than anyone else in the world.
I have to say you're right, because I've been there. I know what it's like to throw a lady through the air and watch her land, and it's just, oh, a mistake right there. She's really lost her unison on the spin. But when the timing's right, there's not a better feeling than seeing your partner land. And most of the time, she lands perfectly on the throws.
It certainly does.
Wonderful crescendo at the end of this program, showing great strength.
This is a perfect program for them. It brings out an emotion I have never seen.
And they are much more expressive in their skating. However, little mistakes in there, and everybody was so focused on the throw quadruple southpaw that never took place, but still a very strong foundation within their skating.
And to see them smile, they are on the right track, definitely on the right road artistically.
Here are the side-by-side double axles. They want to move those a little bit closer together, but still executed with a lot of speed. Followed up with these incredible triple toes. They just don't drop off with their single skills.
All week they've been practicing the quad sow. Here was their attempt. It had the height, but maybe not the confidence under the pressure of competition. That was a triple.
And an explosive triple twist lift with a nice catch.
One very small mistake on these side-by-side spins, losing their timing, their spacing. She lost her footing.
And the Americans, Ina and Zimmerman, with a watchful eye on this situation. With that mistake, is it enough to keep them in the hunt for the gold medal? Here are the marks for technical merit, 5.8 through 5.9. Wow.
5.8, 5.8, 5.8, 5.8, 5.9, 5.8, 5.9. Second mark.
Marks for presentation, these go up. The Chinese, their work with Lee and Miller has really paid off. They've improved their artistry enough to take the gold medal, with the Americans settling for silver. Right now, let's go down to Kathleen Murphy, who's with Kyoko and John.
You two skated such a physical, difficult program, maintained your energy from beginning to end. Kyoko, how'd you feel about your performance tonight?
I think it was really exciting for both of us. You know, we were a little nervous coming into it after the fall yesterday, but we just said we'll give it our all and hopefully the best will happen.
Is this kind of a new platform that you can take off from for your competitive edge?
Absolutely. I mean, this is really what we needed. We had a couple of these performances earlier this year, and we just felt like we needed to do it here on the international scene on this type of competition, and I think we're exactly where we want to be right now.
Well, your coach, Tamara Moskvina, is in Russia. She can't be with you right now. What do you think she'd say about your performance tonight?
I would say she's pretty pleased. She's been calling us about every hour just to make sure everything's okay, so she'll get a call from us now.
John?
She's doing a coach-a-phone kind of thing, you know. She'll call us right before we leave to come here to skate and give us the words of wisdom before we go out there, and we just remember that.
Well, congratulations on a great, strong skate this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So a second silver medal for Ina and Zimmerman on the Grand Prix this season. We'll see them next week in Paris, but the gold medal goes to the team that did just about everything in the free program tonight, Xue Shen and Hongbo Zhao of China. Kathleen Murphy asked if they were happy with tonight's performance.
对今天来讲，我中间有一个失误，还有托举不是很好。
但是我们觉得今天呢，我们用心去划了这套节目，并且说我们最关心的现在是第2个分，并且说从今天打分来看呢，我们觉得自己还是对自己的表现还是挺满意的。
And for today, the girl said that there is more problem with his flying camel spin, and the boy said that to prepare for the Olympic Winter Game, they should pay more attention to presentation. And right now, they can tell they got big progress. And we can see from the mark, the second mark is higher than before.
One gold medal decided. The free dance is next this Thanksgiving night.
Happy holidays!
One thing is certain, ice dancers can dance. In or out of skates. Welcome back to Lifetime's coverage of the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating, the dance competition coming up. I'm Kathleen Murphy, and it's time for the ice dancers to show their Olympic stuff. Opening nights are always a time of nerves, even for the reigning world champion Barbara Fusar-Poli.
Maria de Buenos Aires.
But before she takes the ice, it's the Canadian team, Marie-France Debray and Patrice Lazon. This is the original dance, Spanish rhythm and tempo. U.S. Ice Dance champion Susie Wynn analyzed the program.
Starting right off the top with their side-by-side footwork right along the center axis of the ice. Looking for tricky footwork, unison. Beautiful, strong rotational lift. There are 2 lifts allowed in the original dance. This program is 2 minutes and 30 seconds in length and worth 30% of the total score. Choice of music very good because this is a waltz, but it blends so well with the tango. It's an Argentinian waltz. This is a couple that keeps getting better and better. They come back new and improved with better stretched leg lines. But their lifts are always so easily executed. And back into the tango rhythm.
Soy yo.
cheers for the Canadians. But the Italian champions have brought their own cheering section. Maurizio Margalio's parents are here to watch him and his partner, Barbara Fusar-Poli, begin their Olympic quest.
Characteristic stomping of the feet, expressive arms, luring you in to the seduction. There are 2 stops allowed in the original dance. It's best to make the most of that time with choreography. Side-by-side footwork. Good, but the difficulty could certainly be increased. And now they transition into the Paso Doble, the dance of the bullfighter. Diagonal footwork moves from corner to corner, a series of closed positions. It certainly does not lack emotion.
Emotion, Susie, that doesn't stop with the music. The defending world champions received marks almost entirely in the 5-7 to 5-9 range. They win the original dance. Parents happy. And the performance still goes on. The Italians are first, the Canadians in second, and a young team from Russia in third. The free dance and its fireworks still to come tonight on Lifetime Sports. The ISU Grand Prix of Skating continues from Paris with Trophy Lalique. The men's and women's finals Sunday afternoon on ABC Sports. And then 1 week from tomorrow at 6 p.m., the pairs and ice dance finals right here on Lifetime Sports. The underlying theme of this Olympic season has been injuries. In pairs, Kyoko Ina has been fighting through a torn shoulder muscle. The former world champions, Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikleritsa, fell in practice, her skate cutting his arm, forcing them out of this event. Shen and Zhao, Petrova and Tikhonov, who did compete here, all are skating through injuries. While in dance, the top American team, Naomi Lang and Peter Chernyshev, has withdrawn from the Grand Prix. He has severe shin splints. They hope to be back for the national championships. And then, the day before this dance competition began, the German national champions Kati Winkler and Renee Losa took a simple practice fall that had disastrous results.
In practice, it was a really stupid movement. We had no music on, and somehow he pulled his leg inside, I don't know, his knee, and I fell on him with pressure, and so now his ligament is broken.
Just this fast, your competitive dreams can be shattered. Renee is taken to the hospital in Gelsenkirchen. Kati, driving to meet him, receives a call from French ice dancer Gwendol Pesera.
But you know, I wanted to skate so much. I just wanted to skate.
Hello.
At Renee's hotel room, the team is reunited. But he will fly to Berlin for surgery and be off ice at least 4 to 6 weeks.
For me, in my head, I'm still in this competition, and I feel like I'm sitting in the wrong movie, you know. I don't know how if you can say it in English. We say it in German that I feel in the wrong movie.
This was not how they had choreographed their Olympic year. The home team, Kati and Renee, would have been favored to take the silver medal tonight at Nations Cup. Instead, all eyes will be on the debut of the Olympic free skate of the world champions Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margalio. So once again, let's turn it over to Peter Carruthers and Susie Wynn.
Okay, thank you, Kathleen. Susie, I've got to ask you, we know that Fusar-Poli and Margalio, the world champions, are very intense people on and off the ice, extremely competitive. But what kind of a message are they trying to send their competition, you think?
Well, last season the message was the tragedy of love. This year it's the joy of dancing. Barbara and Maurizio are always exciting and energetic. This year they're skating to I Will Survive, and ultimately I believe that's the message they're sending their rivals. We will survive.
And we look forward to seeing that. The standings entering the free dance, Fusar-Poli and Margalio are first as expected, and we'll see their program in just a bit. The Canadians are second, and the young Russian team is third. They are first on the ice, two-time world junior champions, Natalia Romanuta and Daniil Barantsov.
Music, Exotica, by Renee Dupere. One of the requirements, a dance spin. There are 2 to 3 dance spins allowed in the free dance. They must rotate at least 3 revolutions. They actually are quite powerful in their form, their speed, and their approach to the requirements.
In third, after the original dance, they have a great opportunity with the withdrawal of Kathy Winkler and Renee Losa of Germany to win their first Grand Prix medal.
Diagonal footwork must move from corner to corner. They're very busy. The feet are always working, but they didn't quite finish the footwork. They separated right before they got to the wall. Is actually quite difficult with the arm holds that they're using. They're just a little separated, skating a bit far apart here. See their hand-to-hand. That's considered less difficult than if they were closer together.
Why do they have required elements in ice dancing?
It makes it easier to judge. The judges, because it's such a subjective sport, there aren't jumps and spins to measure. It's like judging apples and oranges, so this gives it a little more credibility as a sport. And that's all in theory, Peter. Emotional skaters. They don't really send that emotion toward one another. Only 19 years old. But what's a bit distracting is their physical, the closeness and height is a bit of a distraction. She's 5'8", he's 5'10". Ideally, if she were 5 to 6 inches shorter, they'd have more variety in their lifts, somewhat limited in what they're able to do.
You need that at least in pair skating to be successful.
Not more, you're right. But it's unfortunate because they do some really wonderful things together. But see, the lifts are not going to have as much of an impact. Well, they skated this well. Everything was in its place. I enjoyed the emotion. Their speed is quite amazing.
Natalia Romanuta and Daniil Barantsov of Russia. They're the only team of the top Russian teams that actually train in their home country.
Romanuta and Daniil Barantsov.
There's a lot of confidence in their posturing. They're both very fast, and here in their circular footwork, watch how he gets some nice extensions right there. Their arms are always moving, very busy, I would say. One of their opening lifts, a lot of their lifts are sort of at a medium level because of that closeness and height.
Die Wertung bitte, the marks please for Natalia Romanuta and Daniil Barantsov. First mark.
Here are the marks for technical merit.
5'2",
4'6", up to 5'2".
Well, I think there may have been a big deduction for them not completing the diagonal footwork. They fell short about 6 to 7 feet.
And the presentation, 5'1" to 5'3".
Well, they're only 19 years old, and their emotion really comes through in the presentation.
And 5'2". Thank you.
Well, we will be back with the world champions after this.
Ciao, tanti auguri a tutti i nostri amici in America per il giorno del ringraziamento. Ciao.
Hi everybody, and happy holiday to all our friends in America for the Thanksgiving Day. Ciao.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We hope you're enjoying a little skating with your turkey. The Grand Prix continues Monday night at 9 on ESPN with the short programs from the Cup of Russia. And then, 1 week from Friday night, the pairs and dance competition from Trophy La Ligue. 6 p.m. here on Lifetime Sports. The free dance competition is underway at Nations Cup, and tonight, the world champions from Italy. Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margalio continue a journey which they hope will end with an Olympian view. They are like the Alps that surround them. Opposite forces of nature feeding off of each other. Calmness and serenity versus wild passion and rage. They are Italy's world champions, Maurizio Margalio and Barbara Fusar-Poli. One as laid back and icy cool as the peaks that surround him. The other, a fiery Italian in a race to the finish. Although they are a perfect complement dancing on the ice, their personalities off the ice are about as close as night and day.
Barbara, she's very, very direct.
I'm very strong, but sometimes I'm not good strong. I'm strong because I don't know how you say it. In Italy we say you have head like a wall.
She's like a horse in the country, riding alone, and she needs somebody who can just take a little bit the horse on his hands.
At last season's World Championships, the uncrowned French team of Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pesera never recognized the new champions. Their ungraciousness left a bitter taste in Barbara and Maurizio's mouths.
Last season was like present for me and for Maurizio because we work hard, but I also can say I'm just a little sad about this. You know why? Because French have to write something bad in the journal, in the interviews. We never speak bad about people, never, because we respect everyone.
So we don't care about that. We just keep going. It's like, you know, we are stones. Like here. And we keep going.
It will be like a war competition. They want like this, so this is, it's okay.
When you are on the top of the world, you are happy, but you are also under pressure every minute of your life. And if you can manage that, it will be a beautiful experience. If you are not able to manage that, it will be very dangerous for your mind and for your safety.
We are Italian, and we are kind of hot on the ice.
When me and Barbara we are together, we have some magic or special chemistry, and we can pass to the people a lot.
All the people say like this, we have more personality than the other. We can catch the public. We can speak with the public when we are skating.
I feel that the people watching us is saying to me at the end of the program, I was crying, I was smiling, everything in 4 minutes.
This is the only way for to be first. Like first in the heart, not first in the podium.
When you go up to the mountains, you don't have to be afraid of freedom. It's so beautiful.
My business is to be happy on the ice, with Maurizio, with my family, with my programs, and to be comfortable with my music. Because I want to really live my music on the ice. That's my life.
I want to have more dreams, because when you will finish your dreams, what you will have else?
Nächstes Paar, next couple, representing Italy, Barbara Fusapoli and Maurizio Margaglio.
In 1999, they were 5th in the world, jumped to 2nd, and now they're at the top. Sometimes it's harder to defend than to capture.
The audience is certainly excited to see the Italians debut their new free dance.
Barbara Fusarpoli and Maurizio Margaglio.
exhibition program. Trying to remember that these vocals are legal. Is certainly difficult, more difficult than it was last year, and it's a little bit slow, but again, the first time they're performing it, trying to find the pacing. This music is so fast. It's hard to keep up with that for 4 minutes. The music is fast. There's a small, quiet place in the center of the program, about 30 seconds. They have a bit of a break, so it was hard. I was a little distracted by the vocal. It's hard to compete with that. Sometimes the vocal outweighs the skating, and in this case, it may just have done that. I'm trying to picture this program winning an Olympic gold medal, and I just can't at this moment.
Well, there's an old saying in skating, go for the crowd. Well, they have gone for the crowd, but I guess you're not convinced that this dance is technically difficult enough, and is it clean enough, sharp enough to win the gold?
That's it, Peter. It is more difficult, but to keep up that pace, the fast music, I was sort of distracted. At times I felt I was watching an exhibition program, and I enjoy their skating, so I want to like it, and that makes it a little tough. I'm glad I'm not a judge.
World champions Barbara Fusampoli and Maurizio Magalio of Italy.
The energy and the control that they have with their performance was very good. Here in one of their lifts, I'd like to see a little more difficulty, some level changes, but the energy's always there. I'm always seduced by that, brought into the performance. They're very warm people and warm performers. This is where I think they can get more difficulty in their lifts. The stretch line isn't there. The momentum is so great. That needs to be worked out. Still new in the season.
Well, we said they went for the crowd, and someone in the crowd who just loved it was teammate Fabrizio Pedrozzini. Now let's see what the judges thought.
Marks, please, for Barbara Fusampoli and Maurizio Magalio. First mark.
For technical merit,
5-7, 5-6, 5-8, 5-6, 5-6, 5-7, 5-7.
Like I said, there's a lot of little kinks here and there that need to be worked out.
And the presentation, well, there's a nod from the judges, 5-8 to 5-9.
Well, no doubt. Their performing skills and their presentation, they covered the ice well and performed it very, very well.
Nations Cup continues after this.
Backstage with the leaders. One small bouquet with Barbara Fusampoli. Guess who's bringing home the rest? Maurizio Magalio in the sea of flowers. One team left to skate tonight. In second place after the original dance, Marie-France Dubray and Patrice Lauzon. Let's go back to Susie Wynn and Peter Carruthers.
one thing that stands out to me with this team is their innovative lifts, the beautiful leg line that they're able to capture.
How hard is it to stand up with your partner like that from a dead stop?
Well, it takes control for her and strength for him, and you will see it everywhere in this program.
Very athletic.
Wonderful unison and these twizzle turns. And stretch lines here. Her costume is explained by the fact that their music is Madame Butterfly. Beautiful transition on their change of edge lift, one of the designated lifts, the other being the rotational lift.
For 3 years in a row, this team came in 4th at the Canadian Championships, and they said if they came in 4th one more time, that was it. They were going to quit. What happened? The year was 2000, and they won the gold medal. And here they are, still in the sport today, and a wonderful addition to it. Is it hard to interpret the rhythm of this music?
I think so. It's a classical set. It's an opera. It's very rare that dancers choose opera for their free dance, so this is a stretch. Big character piece. This is their diagonal footwork. These highlighted lifts are wonderful. Some of the connecting steps, like here, are a little more simple. They really rely on those elements, those required lifts. They need to continue that type of difficulty in their connections. But it's still an area where they're improving. Well, an excellent performance. This program, it's really very different from what I've seen in ice dancing. Like I said, the lifts and their specialty items were extraordinary.
Their best ever finish on the Grand Prix was a year ago at Skate Canada, where they were 3rd, and they're in line to better that here.
And they open with a very difficult lift and position. He is so strong. She is so secure in her positions. He goes from a very low position to up. The timing of that and that flip are very important, and that takes a lot of time to organize, a lot of off-ice work in that lift. And this rotational lift truly floats Watch the connection. That's a very difficult clasp that she has. Her hands are holding behind her back, a lot of flexibility, and then look at his strength. He is rotating her with just one arm. The momentum that gets going on that is hard to control, but they have no trouble whatsoever.
First mark.
Here are the technical merit marks for Dupré and Lazan of Canada, who are currently in second.
5.5, 5.3,
5.3 up to 5.5, strong.
I would say so, and this was an excellent first time out.
5.4. Second mark.
And the presentation scores in some cases better, 5.4 to 5.7.
And deservedly so.
5.5, 5.5, 5.7.
And they have second place ordinals across the board. The final standings here in the ice dancing at Nations Cup, the world champions, no surprise, Fusar-Poli and Mogalio taking gold, and Dupré and Lazan of Canada in second, with Romanuta and Barantsov of Russia in third. Right now, let's go to Kathleen Murphy.
This is your Olympic program, quite a debut tonight. You look pretty comfortable, but Barbara, what were you happy with and what do you want to work on?
You know, it was the first time in front of public, and we are happy because we did quite good for the first time, but we have to work in everything, and we will work in everything, and you know, I am satisfied, we did good, and so for first time it's okay.
Maurizio, who had more fun out there, you or the crowd?
I think both, because we are really enjoying our program, and when we feel the public starting screaming after 30 seconds, that's great. That sounds so great, and for 3 minutes they were following the rhythm with us, so it was great fun for us and for them too.
Well, you won't meet your rivals, the French, Enesina and Pézerat, until the Grand Prix finals, but we'll see them on Lifetime next week in Paris. Is there anything you want us to tell them?
To them? Bye.
Okay, well, we'll pass that along when we go to Paris next week for the season debut of Marina Enesina and Gwendal Pézerat. The lines of the rivalry are being drawn in the Grand Prix of Figure Skating right here on Lifetime Sports. Lifetime's World Tour of Figure Skating continues. And on this Thanksgiving evening, an American pair can celebrate its most solid performance of the season. While the gold medals went to teams that hope you'll remember them in February. Good night, everybody.
Hello, Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Всех поздравляем с праздником и желаем всего самого-самого доброго.
That was really long.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.